YouTube Nation. And me, man, Missa B. And, one get like a small talk this morning. But before we get into the meat of the matter, again, me also encourage you, if you like videos, me ask you to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, man. So when the latest video drop, say you that. And of course, when I invite you to just share the content, like, and more importantly, give me a feedback in the comment section of the video. But this video, I want to deal with an issue that popped up yesterday, really, on the social media front. And this issue related to one Miguel Collins. And if you don't know that name, you must know the name Sizzla. Yeah, Sizzla. Sizzla went on a rage yesterday. And, only a man condemn him action and thing. And just to give the backstory, look like Sizzla received a plaque from DJ Khalid for, work that he did with Khalid, and him just never too like the size of the font. In fact, him read it as a diss, and as him put it, DJ Khalid diss him, kind of give no prominence, or not insufficient prominence on the plaque. Claim that the font so small that you want a magnifying glass to try to find it and thing. Now, most man, you see the responses that come on social media, and Collins or Sizzla take a big hit, and it's kind of a little surprising to me the extent to which Jamaicans in particular, because most of the responses I'm seeing is from the Jamaican end, the extent to which we basically is a rush for tear down Sizzla, Sizzla's actions can be deemed as extreme, but him not kill nobody. And if I don't know anything about Sizzla a Rasta man, very eccentric. Someone went out of business for a long time, 27 years or thereabout. Sizzla in the business, and Sizzla has almost, I think it's about 60 solo albums. So his work rate is exhaustive, if you ask me. And on top of that, Sizzla has a reputation of basically pulling through the ranks, the music ranks, a whole heap of other people, So, in particular, well, certainly one of the person them when pull through the system is DJ Khalid. People who don't know DJ Khalid, basically spend a lot of his early years a run behind man like Sizzla, Bounty, Beanie, Buju. They run behind them on them show, thing. And essentially, in fact, if you ask me, what is it that DJ Khalid really do? DJ Khalid, in my opinion, certainly earn him stripes on the back of people like Sizzla, run all of these compilation albums and stuff. Khalid is not a singer. He's not a DJ. Him is if you want to thing, him is an opportunist. And in America, people like that who know how to work the system thrive. And DJ Khalid is very successful at what he has done. But in the eyes of a man like a Sizzla, DJ Khalid make him stripe off a theme coattail. And so, as he put it, I never hide it, in the Instagram post I make where man burn out Khalid, just again, more background. Him take the plaque and him destroy it, and some other memorabilia where him have works with him and Khalid do. And him basically build a bonfire. Him essentially decides him a burn a fire on Khalid. And what surprised me is the comments, that come from some of the people who are consuming the video, and they're not complimentary. And it kind of speaks to, in my mind, a sort of a self-hate that come amongst Jamaicans, because most people really don't know the full story behind the issue with Khalid and Sizzla. But everybody ready for take DJ Khaled's side. There are some cultural issues clearly at play here. And again, it depends on where you live in Jamaica, because Jamaica have about 5 different levels of Jamaica, and within certain communities, dissing a man is almost equivalent to signing a death warrant. 2 man a play domino or 4 man a play domino, and if you don't know and you come there, you hear all them talk over the domino table, and man go suck your mama and this and ray. You'd have figured say fight go broke, gun go draw, knife go pull out, or buckle go fling and whatever. But within the culture of these communities, that right. By the same token, if you move away from the domino table and an argument develop, among the same group among them, and you back out the same kind of comments, blood or shed. It's just the kind of nuanced cultural differences that exist among certain segments of the Jamaican community. And so, to a large extent, when Sizzla burn a fire, because essentially that's what I'm doing, basically burn a fire for DJ Khalid, because I'm saying, Khalid, this it. And there's a theme expression, within the circle where him operate. That are all him ventilate him thing, Again, it demonstrates the kind of, again, nuanced cultural differences. And one of the things where we seem to lack within the Jamaican space is what I want to call these, cultural interpreters rather. Cultural interpreters, where, we get a clearer understanding of how certain views, certain expressions are tracked within different communities. Because again, as I tell you, someone play domino and the kind of talk where I go on and thing. But if you go in a different community and use the same language, at death, you step on a man's shoes in a dance, and the way how you respond is going to determine whether you leave the dance alive or dead. It's a cultural thing. And whether we like it or not, it speaks to a breakdown, in our society along certain levels. People come through the ranks, them don't have the kind of formal training and education and so on. And so them determine their own reaction to the circumstances that they're faced with. And clearly, in Sizzla's instance, this is how he chose to deal with it. Does it look good? No. Does he deserve the condemnation that is being heaped on him? Me, personally, I don't think so. But I think, the representation of him lighting and burning a fire and destroying the memorabilia, I think it sent a very strong signal, which is clearly what he wanted to do. A next set of man that say, well, why couldn't just take up the phone and call DJ Khalid? Because him and Khalid, to my knowledge, have a pretty good relationship. Or, certainly, you have to say, had at this point. But again, this is him. This is the environment within which he operates. I would want to believe that Khalid is a little bit bigger than that, or not, certainly bigger than that, and will still take him call, But is a this for this, and within certain, again, segments of the Jamaican community, this is the way we deal with things. And so it speaks to a lack of what I call the kind of skills necessary to deal with conflict, and maybe it's a good opportunity for the public to look at the deficiencies that exist within our population, because what Sizzla did is no less equivalent to, again, two man have a dispute and a man run go for him gun. I had an experience like that. I live in Jamaica where my business place, me come go to the bank and come back and me see two truck park up in my driveway and deliver truck, but minus the driver and the sideman. And when me ask why I go on, one of my warehouse worker tell me say the one of the youth them working at the warehouse and the truck man them get in an argument and the man them must tell the youth to go suck him mother. And the youth jump on the bicycle, go in my yard and come back with him tool, with him gun, and the man them run left the truck. Yeah? Well, the two truck. Run left it, we don't know which part them go. And obviously, me have to fire the youth, but me have to fire him in a way that, because I can't just tell him, say you're fired, because him have a tool and it go. So, this kind of behavior is not new, It may be glaring to some. We live in a microwave technological environment where, based on because of social media, you're seeing a lot more of this more readily. But it has always existed. And in a community where we underinvest in developing people's skills, this is the result. Sizzla is not a neophyte. The man has been in the business for, as I said, over 27 years, over 60 solo albums, dozens of compilations. Sizzla is one of the big name, one of the most respectable name. Granted, him respect kind of did wane a little bit because as a devout Rastaman in the early part of his career when he used to really burn some wicked tune. And then him go down the road and start to, follow the crowd and thing, and him rep kind of, take a little knocking. Because him basically move off track. But that's the business, you try to stay relevant and thing. But the fact is that here's a man who is an integral part of the music business, the history of the music in Jamaica, and that him have to resort to this kind of behavior to show his disgust for what him considers mistreatment. It speaks volumes as to where we are as a people, right? It's not just the music business, that we use what we saw, and a lot of Jamaicans do that. I mean, when I track the responses on social media, in fact, I wrote a small column on it on my Facebook page. And I guess nobody really come on my page with them kind of negative commentary because them know it where me all go with that, right? Me want to have a discussion on the issue, But we are quick to condemn people of a certain social strata, especially when we believe that we're better than them, And so we believe we impose our own assessment of how things go on other people. And when it not track with the way we deal with it, we discard them, And that's the tragedy of the whole Sizzla experience. Personally, I believe Sizzla will survive that. But what it certainly exposed is the speed, the speed and the quickness with which we are ready to, is not just condemn Sizzla, but we condemn dancehall music because of them kind of dirty behavior they come from the dancehall thing. It's sad. Because what we are doing, again, is an imposition of our own standards. And most of the people that we attack don't really have no claim. But so it go, A tragedy, again, as I say, is an exposure of our lack of, skills to deal with conflict resolution, and it was played out. And I think it's a good opportunity to use that as a teachable moment. Tell me what you think, Let me hear you, see your feedback, the comment section. And if you like the video, may I ask you, just hit the like button, share. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Again, Missa B, respect.